Hey guys, and welcome if it's your first time here. This is going to be the exact lash map I'll be using today. It's going to be a super soft cat eye. So if you want to take a screenshot, go ahead and do so. I like to round it out at the end when they want a soft cat eye, so that way it's not so strong. Right here, I'm just going to start removing outgrown lashes. I usually first try to hold it at the base of their natural lash and then pull the lash extension off. Then I'll just set it to the side. But if that doesn't work and it's being really stubborn, like you'll see right here, I try to pull it from the base and it just wasn't budging. But her natural lash was peeking out at the top, so I just grabbed her natural lash and did like a banana peel. See? I got the natural lash, got the extension, and then just pulled them apart. This one's super grown out, so I'm going to do the base trick. Should pop right off. And yeah, I'm just going to keep going throughout, removing all the outgrown lashes to make sure we start with a nice fresh base. Like right here, she's not too good at combing her lashes, so they kind of got entangled over each other. So we want to make sure we get that taken care of. Okay, I just wanted to show this one more time. I'm going to hold the base and the top of the lash extension and then just pull. And it should come right off, especially when they're really grown out like this. They're usually ready to just pop off pretty easy. There's another one. And I'm almost done here. So I'll just let the video play out and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so I'm pretty much done removing all the outgrown ones. I'm going to take my spoolie, pick up stray lashes, so that way I'm not poking her face. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing next is I'm getting a piece of tape, cutting it off, and then putting it on the back of my hand so it's not super strong, because we're going to be putting this piece of tape on the lashes. And what I do is I just pull back and then I angle it towards the tail of her brow. So I pull up and then to the side, just slightly angled. And what this does is it puts tension on the inner corner. Light tension. This should not hurt them. It shouldn't be uncomfortable at all. You want to make sure you're asking them if it feels okay, if their eye feels open, because those are things that you don't want. So like I was saying, I know the angle is kind of bad right here, but once I get to the middle corner, you'll be able to see a lot better. But this taping method puts tension on the inner corner and it's easier for you to isolate. Now, for this fill, she had a decent amount of lashes on her inner corner, so I didn't put the tape too close to her inner corner this time. And right here, you see how easy that was to isolate, and I'm just putting a fan on. And the way I like to do hybrids is usually every other. So like I'll do a classic and then I'll do a hybrid, classic, hybrid. I'm not super strict on it. I do like them to look a little bit more full, and I do a lot of wispy sets. So with the classics, I usually do it on the smaller hairs, the ones that can't handle a fan. And you'll see how I decipher those later on. But right there, just place another fan, and then like this one, this lash looks a little bit more fragile, but it's strong enough to hold the lash, so I put a classic on it. And then there was another one right there that we can't really see that well. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to be working on getting better camera angles. And I also wanted to mention right here, I just went off and made a fan in real time, and then I'm isolating and dipping in glue, placing the lash, and then I'm holding my tweezers there just for a second to make sure that it doesn't stick to any lashes around. I do this especially for fans because those ones are bigger and it's easier for them to get stuck to other lashes. So there's another fan right there on a nice healthy lash, holding it for a second, letting go. And then I'm going to do a classic. But I just wanted to mention that because I know in the beginning when you're doing fans and getting your set together, it feels like you're taking forever. But don't worry about it. I used to take so long for my sets and they wouldn't even look full. So it's all about practice and knowledge. But yeah, don't be so hard on yourself, because I definitely was in the beginning. I'd be like, oh my god, I spent like 3 hours on a set and it's barely even full. And on my mom, she has a ton of natural lashes, so I would do hers and it would take me like almost 5 hours. But I've improved, and with these little taping tricks, I'm sorry, with the taping tricks, it definitely helps out. For a fill, it takes me no longer than an hour and a half for like a hybrid fill. So yeah, guys, just words of encouragement. Keep going, keep practicing. It does get better. I know it seems like it doesn't sometimes, but it definitely does. Okay, so now we're getting towards the middle. And did you see how easy it was for me to isolate that lash? So easy, so fast. One thing I did want to mention though is I was kind of turning my head at this point, I remember, and I let the fan go too fast. And it ended up sticking to the lash next to it, which is the lash I wanted to get next. So I'm looking for it here, and then I realized that it's stuck. So I have to put my fan down and then unstick the lash. But luckily, since I let it dry for a little bit, it wasn't too stuck to that other lash, which is great. You don't want that to happen because then you'll pull and the client's like, what's going on? So I unstuck the lash. I'm off camera making a fan really quick. And then I'm going to come back, stick the lash, make sure I hold it for a little bit, and then I'll let it go. And then move on. So there's times in your set where you're going to kind of not get lazy, but just try to go faster, which is fine. You do want to increase your speed, but just make sure you're aware of those things. Like if you're looking away, not really paying attention, make sure you're on it because you don't want any lashes sticking together. But here we go. Here's a classic on a finer lash. It was super easy for me to isolate. Here's another lash that I'm isolating. Looks like I'm going to make a fan for this one because it's a pretty healthy lash. And I'm taking a while. Yep, I made a fan. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip it in glue. Come back, stick it, hold it for a second. Let it go. And then sometimes if it's really close to another lash extension, I don't know if you noticed how I pulled away from the extension, just so it can dry away from it. So use your tools, guys. You don't want to just let the lash go and go wherever it wants, you know? You kind of want to direct it where you want it to go. All right here, I'm going to be sticking one of my last bands for this section while the other lashes are taped up. I'm going to be moving on, so I'll unstick the tape and then kind of brush through, and I'm moving on to the ends now, so I'm going to go to the corner. And like I said, you lift up and then to the tail of their eyebrows. So you see how easy that was? That lash just popped out. So I'm going to do a classic because it's a little bit of a shorter, finer lash, but it can still handle an extension. You don't want to be putting any lashes on super short, fine lashes. Just let those grow. Don't even worry about those. But if it looks like it can handle a classic, definitely put a classic. Even if you're going off of your routine, like if you do, like I was saying earlier, one hybrid, one classic, one hybrid, one classic, don't get so stuck on that. Do what's best for the client's lash health. It will all end up working out in the end. Alrighty guys, so I'm speeding up the video just a little bit, but I just wanted to show you really quick. As I'm getting closer to where the other extensions that are pulled up are, and everything's getting full where I'm at right here, I'm going to start pulling down the extensions that are taped up like that. So I'm not taking the tape completely off, but I'll just start pulling them down super gently. And this does not or should not hurt the client because the tape isn't super tight. So you should just be able to pull out that lash extension as you're moving closer towards the end. I don't take the tape off until I'm completely there at the corner, because then I would have already super full lashes and I wouldn't need the tape to isolate her tail anyways. So I hope this makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I can definitely do a more in-depth, slowed down video. But just let me know. I hope you learned something. I hope this helps you out. I know how hard it is in the beginning when you're trying to get your speed down. But if it did help you out, please give me a like or a comment. It really helps my channel. It goes with the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe for more videos. I'll be doing videos about my favorite lash products, questions for new lash artists, and more how-to videos. I hope you have a great day, guys. Thanks for stopping by.